For more than 3 decades, The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson was far more than just a late-night talk show. It was the ultimate stage that every aspiring comedian, actor, and musician longed to appear on, because a single moment on Carson's couch had the power to launch a career overnight, while his disapproval could just as easily end one. And though millions tuned in nightly to laugh at his wit, charm, and impeccable timing, behind the curtain Johnny Carson was fiercely protective of his show's integrity, demanding professionalism, preparation, and above all, respect for his audience, which meant that not every guest who sat across from him was invited back, because some crossed lines, disappointed him, or clashed with his unspoken rules. And when Johnny closed that door, it was closed forever. While countless stars from Robin Williams to Burt Reynolds thrived under his approval, others were quietly blacklisted, sometimes for something as simple as a poor performance. Since Carson believed every minute of airtime mattered, and if a comedian stumbled, bombed, or told a joke too risky for network television, they had wasted their chance. And to Carson, one bad night was often one too many. Yet it wasn't always about performance, because sometimes personal betrayal sealed the divide, as in the famous rift with Joan Rivers, who wasn't technically banned but might as well have been after she accepted her own talk show deal without telling him. An act that Johnny saw as a deep betrayal after decades of friendship, causing him to cut ties permanently and never speak to her again, demonstrating just how seriously he valued loyalty. And beyond that, there were guests who crossed into his personal life, which Carson, despite his charm on camera, guarded fiercely, and anyone who mocked his divorces, poked fun at his relationships, or tried to upstage him in his own domain quickly found themselves unwelcome. Because to Johnny, The Tonight Show was his kingdom, and any disrespect was unforgivable. Over the years, whispers spread in Hollywood of various actors, musicians, and comics who had vanished from Carson's lineup, with some reasons being obvious: offensive jokes, poor taste, or clashes with network censors, while others remained mysterious, hidden behind closed doors and traded only in rumor. But what was clear to everyone was that once Johnny Carson decided you weren't coming back, no amount of talent, popularity, or pleading could change his mind, because, for him, protecting the magic and reputation of The Tonight Show came before everything else. And though audiences rarely knew the details, they felt the finality when certain faces never reappeared. In the end, the real reason Johnny Carson never let some guests return wasn't about one single mistake, but about upholding the standards he believed kept his show timeless. Because to him, it wasn't just entertainment. It was an institution, and those who broke the unwritten rules paid the price. A stark reminder that in Hollywood, one wrong move can close a door forever, even if that door belongs to the king of late night.